today. Just want to share, just actually not necessarily meditating, just thinking about, knowing your purpose, expanding your vision. Knowing your purpose, expanding your vision. It's so very important that we find our purpose. Before we can even talk about expanding your vision, vision goes beyond just what you, as far as perception, vision goes beyond what you just see. Vision is oftentimes long term. And when we think about vision, if you're closed minded, then that hinders your vision. If you can't see yourself doing anything other than what you've been doing, oftentimes because you can't see yourself doing anything else other than what you've been doing, that can hinder your vision. But it's so important that we find our purpose. We find our purpose, especially young people today. A lot of young people are trying to find their purpose in ways that can be very dangerous. They try to find their purpose in gangs and cliques, and they try to find their purpose maybe through social media, TikTok, Instagram, whatever the case may be. But they limit themselves because they think their identity and their purpose can be found just in these things that of interest, maybe things that they're in. But oftentimes your true purpose, in some or not, if not most cases, are attached to what you're passionate about. And we have a lot of young people today, and just people in general, they're not passionate about anything. And and so it's kind of sad because it makes it difficult to help somebody find their purpose or to know their destiny. It's even difficult to help them to expand their vision, to see more than what's in front of them. Oftentimes, we don't see past our neighborhoods, our community. There's a whole world out there. And, the life that you live, it could be so much more. But if we cannot see past people we hang with, if we can't see past the things that we're involved in, sometimes we could be so narrow-minded. We could be so closed-minded. We can be so comfortable in what we're doing that we never expand our vision. We never open ourselves up to other things. And the other things of opening ourselves up to other things is not a bad thing. But find your purpose. Don't go through life just, maybe having questions of why you're here, but you never seek out, what is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you want to do in life? And, most people don't have no drive. People that can't find their purpose, they don't have no drive. People that can't find their purpose, they're not looking to do nothing out of life. And they just go through life as, hey, this is what life is. And no, actually, life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. What you go after, what you're passionate about, what you pursue, you will see life will begin to open up to you. You'll see life begin to, you'll see the opportunities in life is what I'm trying to get to. And so when we talk about finding your purpose and expanding your vision, I opened up talking about how people are just so close-minded. When I think about it from a man's perspective, what's up? When I think about it from a man's perspective, a man should know who he is. He should have a plan. He should have a vision. He should know what he wants to do. And I think young ladies as well. They should know what they want to do. And when a young man, because I'm only speaking from a man's perspective, doesn't know what he wants to do, oftentimes he finds himself getting into things, not looking for his purpose, not trying to find out what he's supposed to do, but he'll find himself doing things out of character, doing things trying to fit in, doing things and that has nothing to do with his purpose. And so when you talk about, trying to find your purpose, trying to find out what am I supposed to do in the earth, not just going through the motions every day, not just going along with the program and whatever is in place. No, really trying to find out what are you passionate about. And it's more than just going to school. Um, it's more than just going to school. It's more than just working a job. It's more than just starting a business. Learning, trying to find out what are you really passionate about is the ultimate thing when you're looking at trying to find your purpose. A man that cannot, that's struggling to find his purpose, struggling to find his identity, it's hard for him to navigate through this life. And that young man or even young lady will find themselves making wrong decisions, because when you know your purpose, you begin to make all the decisions that's going to help you to fulfill your purpose. When you know what you're passionate about, and we're talking about being passionate about good things, these things, you'll begin to make decisions, you'll begin to connect with the right people that have the same passions and desires that you may have, because you know that connecting with the right people, because you found your passion, will help bring to life your passion. And that is, it's not the point of trying to copy off of them, but you're connected with somebody that wants to do something in life. You're connected with somebody that believes in themselves, and they want to try to accomplish all that they can accomplish in life. And so the point of this video is, we have to even help young people today to understand that they need to find their purpose. We need to help them find their purpose, because guess what? They think their purpose is doing TikTok. They think their purpose is in playing video games, and they go through life without any direction. They go through life not knowing. Even it's a sad thing that kids are graduating from high school and not knowing if they want to go to college or not knowing what they want to do. We have adults today, 30, 40, 50 years old, and still don't know their purpose. They still haven't expanded their vision. All right. What happened is they become so complacent. See, complacency will hinder your vision. You talk about expanding your vision, but if you become complacent, you become comfortable where you are, you get caught up in that routine of life and just doing things the way that you do it, then what will happen is you will never expand your vision. You will never see beyond what you've been doing, other than what's in front of you. If this is all you want to do in life, that's all you're going to see. But when you understand, when it comes to purpose and it comes to your destiny, there's more in life that has to be fulfilled. And the only way those two things working together is that you have to desire and want more. Now, even, and I can even tie this in even to born again believers. There's a lot of born again believers, and they don't even know their purpose. They're struggling with their identity. They don't know who God has called them to be. They're trying to put the call of God in some kind of a box. And if it doesn't fit within this box of what they think that God has called them to be, then this must not be what it is. And sometimes even with that, we become so narrow-minded, because God, if I was to use this as an example, listen, when God brought us into this world, he had a lot of things in store for us. But the problem that we have is that we're not looking to do nothing. We're not looking, we don't want nothing. And this is just not everybody, because there's a lot of people that are fulfilling their purpose. They're fulfilling their destiny. They're tapped into, they know who they are. They're tapped into, they have a drive, and they know what they want to do in life. And then there's just some. There's just some that just don't know. And yes, you can't make people do anything. I totally agree. You can't make people do anything. People are going to do what they want to do. But it's a sad thing to go through life and never find out why God created you. It's a sad thing to go through life and you never find your purpose. It's a sad thing to go through life and you just go through this routine that you go through. And I meet people like this, and they're just happy with this routine, and they never think outside the box. They never go beyond their comfort zone. See, when you don't go beyond your comfort zone, that can hinder your vision. God wants us to see that there's more to this life that we're living than what we can see. He wants to show us these things. But what happens is we find ourselves, as I just said before, we put God in a box. We put our passions and we put our purpose, everything in a box. And if it doesn't fit within this box, then we feel that It's not something that we can obtain or do. And so just doing this video because I just want to encourage some people, like find your purpose. Find what is that thing that you're passionate about? What is that thing that's going to get you going? What is that thing that's going to help expand your vision? Because once a person finds their purpose, then their vision begins to expand. Their eyes begin to open. Because now I found my purpose, but then within my purpose, I see all these opportunities. And where all these opportunities, they can see how they can make an impact in the world, just through them finding their purpose. I talk about, to my students, it'd be a sad thing to go to college and graduate, have all this college debt, or to even go to college free. 4 years, you got a bachelor's, but you don't even use it. You got a 4-year degree and you can't even use that bachelor's degree in the field of work. You can't even find a job, but you went this route because it was the easiest route to go. It would help you go to school, get in and out of college. But every class that you took, it was nothing towards something you were passionate about doing. Because you just made up your mind, I just want to do it the easiest way. And oftentimes when we want to do things the easiest way, it can also hinder your vision. Because sometimes when we look at vision will challenge you to see outside of what your normal perception or how you look at things. Vision will say, listen, we're really trying to get you here, and these are the steps to get here. But what happens is we're not always willing to take those steps to get there because we get comfortable where we are. But when you understand your purpose and you understand why God created you in the earth and what he wanted you to do, then these things begin to work together, because now that I understand my purpose and now I'm beginning to see what God sees, and it goes beyond what I see. See, what God sees goes beyond what we see. And God is trying to show us that there's a greater purpose for your life. God is trying to show you what he sees and what he has for your life. But what happens, we just get so comfortable with whatever purpose we come up with. And sometimes your purpose that you come up with has nothing to do with God's purpose for your life. So me, I'm going to start talking about the Lord, because he is a key factor into you finding your purpose and expanding your vision. He's key to that, because there are some people that have vision, they're gifted, they got vision, they can see. There are some people that know their purpose and they're impacting their communities, they're changing people's lives. And the one thing they always forget about is the Lord. The one that gave them the gift, the one that gave them the vision, the one that allowed them to see what they are seeing. These are the very things that people forget. So there are people fulfilling their purpose, but they're not doing it by the leading of God. Then there are some people that have God in their life and they're not even doing what God called them to do. They're not even doing what God has purposed them to do in the earth. They're not even expanding the vision. So you can't be connected to people that don't want to do anything and expect your vision to be expanded. When you're connected to the wrong people, that would hinder your vision being expanded. See, when you're connected to the right people, then the people will show you or help you say, hey man, I also see this in you. You may not even see it in yourself, but because you're connected to the right people, there were some people that would see things in you that you did not see, and they can help unlock. And when they unlock that very gift, they unlock the very thing you didn't see, it helps to expand your vision. It helps you to define your purpose, helps you to define your identity. So don't go through life not having no direction. That's a sad thing to do, to go through. Don't know what you want to do, don't know where you want to go, don't know where you want to be. These are sad things, and there are people today that are stuck. And they're stuck because they don't want to find their purpose. They're stuck because they're happy with their life and they're happy with how they see things, and they're happy with no change. But when you expand your vision, there's things that's going to challenge you to change to become better so you can keep seeing. You don't want anything to hinder your vision. You don't want anything to hinder your passion. You don't want anything to hinder your purpose. It's a sad thing to go through life and never find out what your purpose is. To never find out that very thing. You never took the time out to figure out what you were so passionate about. And oftentimes some people are just too lazy to do it. There are people today that would rather work a job, get paid what they're getting paid, and live a status quo life. Now, one, that may not even be God's purpose for their life. That's one. But we have a tendency that people always try to find the easy way to navigate through life rather than find your purpose. So I just did this short video just to get us to ponder and to think, past 6 months, am I really living out my purpose? Am I really fulfilling my destiny? Is the job that I'm on right now, am I just here because it just pays good money? Am I just here because it's easier to go through life this way? Or is there something else I need to be doing? Is your job the one that's hindering you? And I'm not telling anybody to quit their job, but is your job the one hindering you from fulfilling your purpose? God has this plan for you, but you just figure, I'm just going to do this. These are questions you have to begin to ask yourself. Am I really expanding my vision? Am who I'm connected to really pushing me to fulfill my purpose? See, when you want to be connected to the right people because they help you to push to fulfill your purpose. You're passionate about one thing. You say you're passionate about a lot of different things. But I guarantee you, when you're saying you're passionate about a lot of different things, there's one thing that you are passionate about that can help fuel these other things that you're passionate about. You got to find that one. It's almost like starting a business. You may have multiple ideas, but every idea doesn't mean you have a business. But that thing that you're really passionate about can help fuel your other business ideas or your other business endeavors. So you have to begin to find out, what is that one thing that I'm really passionate about, that I just see myself doing this. I see myself seeing lives being changed. I see my life being changed in the midst of it. I have to find that one thing. For me, it was young people. Young people is my drive. Young people are my passion. So anything dealing with young people, whether I'm coaching, teaching, mentoring, whatever the case is, young people, that's my passion. That's my assignment. That's my purpose. Is to impact young people's lives, to help them to find out who they are, and to help them to live out their purpose, to help them to not find their identity in the streets and in drugs and selling drugs and partying. No, that's not their identity. And so to help somebody find that purpose, or to find that their destiny is always attached to that very thing that you're passionate about. So you have to begin to fine tune. I'm passionate about a lot of different things, but what is that one thing I'm really passionate about? And when you fine tune that, because when you're really passionate about this and it is concerning your destiny, listen, you dream about it, you begin to write notes, you just see yourself doing this, and this thing is just coming together. You don't have to work hard because it's just something within you. When I talk about passion, it's something within you that drives you to want to do this. That's when you know, like, okay, I believe I found my purpose. This very thing, every time I talk about it, you get excited about it. Every time you talk about it, you just, you begin to think big, you begin to see big. That's how you know when it's like, okay, I think I'm tapping into my assignment. I think I'm really tapping into my purpose. These are the things that helps us to find our passion. All right. So yeah, we may have a desire to do a lot of different things, but to fine tune that, it's that one thing that, man, it gets you going. And so Finding that one thing as far as your passion or your destiny can help fuel, because that passion will carry over to fulfill the other things that you're passionate about. So I would do that. I would do that. I would try to find that one thing. Mine's is youth. Then I had to begin to figure out, okay, now that I have a youth, young people, teenagers are that's my passion. I wake up and it's like, I'm about young people. I go to sleep, I'm thinking about young people and how I can impact their life. That's my passion. I cannot shake it. But then the things that I'm passionate about doing is I'm teaching. So I know part of my gifting and my anointing is in teaching. I got a passion for youth, but it's to teach them and to be a mentor to them. All right. So now I found my passion and I see my gifting is teaching. Now I begin to put those two together. So then I begin to find areas of where I can teach young people. Now you can do it. You can, like I've done, I started my own nonprofit organization. You can do it that way. You can volunteer in schools. You begin to find out, because I'm passionate, how can I reach these young people? All right. So these are things that you have to begin. These are the steps that you have to begin to take to figure a lot of these things out. But to go through life and never fulfill your purpose or your destiny, it's a sad thing. We have young people. I mean, somebody just got killed yesterday. And I said that was another life that it was unfulfilled purpose. I wonder if that person even knew what their assignment was in the earth, or were they even striving to do anything? I'm finding out there are a lot of young people. They're dying because they're in the wrong place, wrong time. They're connected to the wrong people, doing the wrong things. And nobody took time to pour into them, to encourage them, to speak life into them, to help them to find their giftings. Nobody took time to do this. And what happens is when children, and young teenagers don't know what they want to do, and they don't have a mentor, somebody there to help them to find that passion, to find that purpose, then they just go through life aimlessly. They go through life making decisions, and they would make better decisions if they knew their purpose. They would make better decisions. They would stop hanging with some people if they knew their purpose. And this is just not young people. These are adults too, because we have a lot of adults that still hang around the wrong people, still going to wrong places, still doing goofy stuff. And their life is just, they're wasting their life away. The one scripture talks about make your calling and election sure. Referring to salvation and understanding you're chosen and you're called by God. He called you for a reason. You have an assignment. You just have to figure out what that assignment is. And I know, teaching in a school, I can't just hit them with the word like that and say God and God this and God that. I can't. Believe me, if I could, I definitely would. I would come just like that. I'm like, man. But even though I can't say God this, God that, I still see their gifting. I still help them the shape and mold. I'm a part of their shaping and their molding. I'm part of their development. I'm part of trying to help them to open their eyes and see the opportunities that they have, and that they could go this direction. I think you should go this direction, because this direction can open up this direction. So giving them guidance. And when you're connected to the right people, when it talks about fulfilling your purpose and finding your purpose, you get the proper spiritual guidance, you get the proper mentoring that you need that will help fine-tune that purpose. And once that purpose is fine-tuned, you begin to see much clearer. Your vision expands because you begin to see much clearer. See, and I talked about a little bit earlier, hanging around the wrong people will help narrow your vision. It hinders your vision. It narrows it and it hinders it. Because there's a lot of people that some young people are connected to, and they don't even want to do nothing. And because the young people that they're connected to don't want to do anything, then guess what? Then that person won't do anything. See, when you talk about finding your purpose, you're going to step outside the box. See, finding your purpose is never inside the box. It's always outside the box. When we talk about expanding your vision, you expand your vision is not inside the box. No, it's outside the box. And so your purpose in expanding your vision, you have to step outside your comfort zone. You have to step outside of you. So important that you step outside of just your normal routine of life. See, when you find your purpose, it will have finding your purpose will even change your daily routine. You start doing things different. You start eating different. You start reading more and seeking other people that have the same passions and desires. When you talk about expanding your vision, man, expanding your vision, you will begin to see that how you used to see something, you don't want to see it no more. Because now that I found my purpose, I know that there's more for me to see than what I've been seeing. And so now I want to see more because I want to do more. Your purpose will drive you to do more. Your purpose will drive you to want to see more. But we got to help young people find their purpose. We got to help young people find their destiny. We got to help young people expand their vision. Help them to get beyond just what they've been seeing every day. And so as I come to a close, I just wanted to share a little bit of, don't go through life and not know what you want to do and don't know where you want to go. It's a dangerous thing to do because we find ourselves going down roads that we shouldn't be going down. We find ourselves making decisions that's taking us down the wrong road. And I think we all made enough bad decisions and have traveled some wrong roads that now we need to make some wiser decisions. So I'll leave you with that. Feel free to share if you feel some of the things I've talked about has encouraged you. If it's encouraged you, take some mental notes. Begin to look at your life and begin to do some things differently. That's going to help better you. Do some things differently that's going to help expand your vision. Help you to see beyond what you've been seeing every day. To help you to step outside your normal routine. So God bless. Be encouraged. Tune in next time. Definitely feel free to share. And I'll be sharing some more content soon.